What is up? This is your LA in a minute, and we are back with the history of famous Los Angeles street names, part 3. Let's get into it. Stretching 6 miles between Lucille Avenue and Silver Lake and Santa Monica Boulevard in West Hollywood, we have Melrose Avenue. Prior to the 20th century, the area was a huge open space blanketed with citrus groves. It was paved in 1909 and named after the Massachusetts town with the same name. Melrose has always had the prized Decorator's Row, including the original Fred Siegel. However, it didn't really capture global imagination until it was recognized as the birthplace of Southern California's new wave and punk cultures in the 1980s. And yes, north of the intersection with La Ciénega is Melrose Place, a branch of the main avenue, but it really doesn't have any residences, and it's home to antique shops, boutiques, and salons. And speaking of La Ciénega, that's what's up next. The north-south road runs between El Segundo Boulevard in Hawthorne and Sunset Boulevard in West Hollywood. It was named for Rancho Las Ciénegas, literally the Ranch of the Swamps, an area of marshland south of Rancho La Brea. Those swamps were full of oil, and that's why you see oil fields lining both sides of La Ciénega to this day. But south of the 10, La Ciénega was actually built to freeway standards in the late 1940s as part of the proposed Laurel Canyon Freeway. The area between Beverly and Sunset on La Ciénega is known as the La Ciénega Design Quarter. A portion of La Ciénega and adjacent to Beverly Hills is known as Restaurant Row, with a large number of upscale restaurants. Next up, we have Hill Street in downtown LA, a major thoroughfare that's about 5 miles in length, passes through Pershing Square, the subway terminal building, and right by Angels Flight. Hill Street was laid out by Edward Ord. Edward Ord was an engineer and army officer during the Civil War who ended up stationed in Los Angeles at Fort Hill. Fort Hill was one of 2 historic U.S. military forts during the Mexican-American War. Interesting footnote, the area north of Hill Street was originally known as Calle del Toro. Next up is Figueroa Street, which spans from Wilmington to Eagle Rock and has hosted many Lakers parades. Figueroa was originally called Calle de los Chapules and was later changed to Pearl Street before becoming Figueroa. The street is named after General Jose Figueroa, the governor of Alta California from 1833 to 1835, who oversaw the secularization of the missions of California. Last up for today is La Brea Avenue. La Brea Tar Pits is named for Rancho La Brea, the 1828 Mexican land grant. But what is La Brea? Well, it literally means the tar, as in La Brea Tar Pits. Okay, that's part 3 of some famous LA street names. Leave some other streets in the comments and let me know if there's other ones you want me to get into. All right, LA, it's been a minute.